What I'm going to show you will permanently alter your perception of your house. Dorothy, 78, found 21 concealed objects in her house last week that were physically robbing her of her energy and tranquilly and endangering her safety. She changed her life and her entire summer by completing today's checklist. Stay still, because even I was surprised by item number 17, which is most likely hiding in your house at the moment. The 21 things that every senior should get rid of today are going to be revealed. These aren't arbitrary items. I've been helping elderly reclaim their homes for 15 years, so I've honed my checklist. The 7 safety risks that are hidden in plain sight will be our first topic. After that, deal with the 7 energy vampires that are robbing you of your happiness every day, and conclude with the 7 liberation things that will liberate you this summer. If you're prepared to change both your home and your life, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell before we get started. Every week, I provide seniors with decluttering tips that can change their lives. Let's begin with the first item now. We're starting by discussing the 7 things that could actually save your life. 92% of seniors currently have at least 3 of these safety concerns, demonstrating how widespread they are. Pause the movie and look around your house while I go over each thing. Your safety depends on you not skipping this. First, those out-of-date prescription drugs that are concealed in your medicine cabinet. The majority of people are unaware of this. Not only do outdated pharmaceuticals lose their potency, but they can also become poisonous. That 2019 blood pressure medicine may suddenly be harmful to you. Over time, the chemical makeup shifts, and something that previously benefited you may now harm you. Check the dates on all of the medications you currently have in your home. Examine the bottles of prescription drugs, over-the-counter analgesics, vitamins, and eye drops. It is thrown in the trash if it has expired. There are no exceptions. Keep them out of the toilet. That is detrimental to the environment. The majority of pharmacies offer protocols for safe disposal. A medical emergency could be avoided with this one easy step. The second item is the bath mat you have been using for many years. Go take a look at your bath mat now, please. Does it have edges that curl? Does it no longer hold on to the bottom? Are there any worn areas or tears? A slip danger is ready to happen if you said yes to any of these questions. More elderly people are admitted to hospitals due to toilet falls than any other type of home disaster. The figures are alarming. An older adult receives emergency room treatment for a fall less frequently than once every 11 seconds. Keep from becoming a statistic. Today, replace that worn-out bath mat. Literally, your independence may be at stake. Additionally, check your shower mat while you're at it. The third item is those smoke alarms that are chirping and have dead batteries. I understand that you've grown accustomed to that obnoxious sound, but ignoring it could cost you everything. How recently did you replace the batteries? That is your answer if you are unable to recall. Take action now. House fires spread quickly, particularly in older residences. You may have 2 minutes to make a safe escape. There's no warning when a smoke detector is dead. Even if the detectors aren't beeping yet, change the batteries in each one. To help you remember when to replace the batteries, write the current date on each one using a permanent marker. In 6 months, set a reminder on your phone. The fourth item is overloaded extension cables and outlets. Now, take a look around your house and count how many items are connected into each socket. Are the power strips you're using connected to other power strips? Are there extension cables running all over your floors? Are you utilizing extension cords as long-term rather than short-term fixes? Each of these circumstances is a potential fire hazard. The devices we use now were not intended for older homes. Unplug anything you don't use every day. Items that are used often should be placed near outlets. Power strips should never be daisy-chained together. Get in touch with an electrician if you require additional outlets. Compared to rebuilding after a fire, it is less expensive. The fifth item is those movable decorative throw rugs. Your rugs are a trip hazard if they don't have non-slip backing, or if they bunch up when you walk on them, even though I know they're lovely and help to unify the space. Loose rugs cause hundreds of elderly patients to visit the hospital each year. Examine each rug in your house. Are they flat? When you walk on them, do they remain in place? Otherwise, you have three options. Secure them to the floor, get a suitable non-slip backing, or take them off entirely. Your decor is not as crucial as your safety. The sixth item is the swaying table or chair you've been wanting to mend. I'm referring to one that you are familiar with. Perhaps it's the side table that wobbles when you place things on it, or the dining room chair that occasionally rocks. Get off of it. Give it up. And quit promising yourself that you'll fix it eventually. Falls and injuries are caused by broken furniture. You will never fix it if it has been shaky for more than 6 months. That's the truth, not a critique. Give it up. Give it to someone who can safely dispose of it or mend it. The seventh item is your fire extinguisher. You probably didn't even consider this one. Fire extinguishers run out of life. Additionally, because it offers you false confidence, an expired extinguisher is worse than none at all. Now, go get your fire extinguisher. Examine the pressure gauge. The green zone is where the needle should be. Verify the label's expiration date. Replace it right away if either is incorrect. Avoid waiting till the following week. Your life and your house could be saved by this one item. If you have any of these 7 objects in your home, please comment SFI first. Tell me too how many you found. Let's move on to the 7 energy vampires now. The things that rob you of your happiness and motivation each and every day. Every time you see these items, you feel overpowered by them. In order to regain your energy and feel lighter and more driven every morning, they produce a steady, low-level stress that you may not even be aware you're carrying. The 8th item is the broken items you plan to repair eventually. You have to manually flip the bread because the toaster only works on one side. You continue to use the Hoover cleaner even though it has lost half of its suction. A coffee machine that brews a pot after 3 attempts. You keep the blender with a cracked pitcher even if you're scared to use it. This is the truth, and it will cause some pain. You will never fix it if you haven't done so in 3 months. Don't let damaged items take up your counter space or your thoughts. A part of your brain tells you, I need to fix that. Every time you see that malfunctioning equipment, which causes tension, release that tension. Make sure to properly dispose of faulty appliances. Electronic recycling initiatives are in place in several cities. The 9th item is clothing that no longer fits your body or way of life. This is the major one that everyone finds difficult. This includes the clothes you'll wear on special occasions, the outfit you'll wear after you shed 10 pounds, your backup clothes, the formal dress you'll probably never wear again, and yes, those pricey $19.95 trousers you still have. It's like having a constant reminder of disappointment in your closet when you keep items that don't fit. You feel self-conscious every time you see them. You're worthy of better. Everything in your closet should be loved because you deserve it. Only the items that fit your body and lifestyle today should be kept. Give the remainder to someone who will be happy wearing them right now. The 10th item. Those kitchen appliances are all duplicates. Enter your kitchen, then begin to count. You have how many can openers? What is the number of measuring cups? How many spoons are made of wood? How many spatulas are there? At one point, I assisted a customer who had 7 potato peelers. 7. Most of them she couldn't even recall purchasing. This is the guideline. Donate the remaining items and keep your favorite. A manual backup and that fancy electric can opener. Select 1. The 3 measuring cup sets. Select your preferred set. While you love having more drawer space and being able to find what you need, someone else can use those additional. Number 11. You will never read the same books again. Books seem unique, therefore I'm aware that this one is difficult. Be honest with yourself. but they feel like old friends. You read that romantic book once in 1987. 5 years ago, you used that cookbook for a single recipe. That book on self-help didn't help. They are collecting dust and occupying precious space. They no longer make you happy. They're producing visual clutter that overwhelms you. Save the books you genuinely enjoy, the ones that impacted your life, and the ones you may use again. Bring the remainder to the library in your area. To raise money for library programs, they will either sell them at their book sales or add them to their collection. Craft supplies for unfinished projects are item number 12. It's frequently the most emotionally taxing object, and 89% of seniors maintain it even when they shouldn't. The album's scrapbooking supplies you will never use. For 3 years, the unfinished needlework item has been stored in the bag. While awaiting your creative comeback, the paints had dried up. These materials no longer stand for creativity. They stand for pressure and guilt. You feel guilty about not finishing the assignment every time you see them. Quit punishing yourself. Although the goods were bought with good intentions, intentions do not equate to obligations. While you release yourself from the guilt, allow someone else to be creative with them. Item number 13. Mysterious cords and outdated electronics. Pull that drawer open. You're aware of it. Chargers for phones you no longer own are all over it. Cables you can't even recognize today. That digital camera from 2005, and headphones with tangled connections. Why do we hold on to these items? Because they feel too important to discard, and we spent money for them. Here's the reality, though. Old devices frequently lose their value due to the rapid advancement of technology. You can't use that phone charger from 5 years ago with anything you buy now. Visit your neighborhood electronics retailer to properly recycle your used devices. The majority of them have recycling initiatives. Item 14. Personal care and cosmetics that have expired. Yes, these goods also expire, and it can be dangerous to use products that have gone bad. There are microorganisms developing in that foundation from 2 years ago. Last summer's vitamins are no longer effective and may even be harmful. Your 2019 sunscreen is no longer effective. Examine every item in your medicine cabinet and bathroom. Use common sense, in addition to keeping an eye out for expiration dates. Throw it out if it smells bad, looks different, or has separated. The value of your health outweighs the cost of these items. I refer to the last 7 as the freedom pieces. This summer, getting rid of these will physically free you. These are the things that bind you to the past or to a vanished version of yourself. Don't move forward because item number 17 will surprise you, because it's probably something you never considered to be risky. Item 15. Old directories and phone books. How recently have you really utilized a phone book? Do you even recall? Everything is now available online. Additionally, you most likely have the crucial numbers written down somewhere else, even if you don't utilize the internet. Your closet shelf or kitchen drawer is wasting precious storage space with those bulky books. They weigh a lot, gather dust, and are no longer useful in your life. Recycle them to free up that area for something useful. VHS tapes and CDs that you will never again view or listen to are item number 16. Since these contain memories, I am aware that this is difficult. The CD collection that embodies your musical journey across the decades, or the VHS of your daughter's wedding. But let's face it, how recently have you really seen or heard any of them? Are there any active players for them anymore? If you have to, keep a select few that are very special, but discard the others. Not in those dusty cabinets, but in your heart are your memories. To genuinely enjoy them again, think about digitizing the ones that are really meaningful. Item 17. The shocking part is here. The outdated cleaning supplies behind your kitchen sink. I was most surprised by this aspect of Dorothy's home. Her 1990s cleaning supplies had actually turned into poisonous time bombs. Old bleach doesn't simply stop working. It gets risky. The chlorine decomposes into toxic substances. Old oven cleaners split apart and get soiled. Old furniture polish becomes rotten and has an awful odor. Items older than some of her grandkids were discovered beneath her wash basin. Get rid of any cleaning supplies that are older than 2 years. Verify the expiration dates. Yes, they are also included in cleaning supplies. This is about safety as much as effectiveness. Item 18. Manuals and warranties for items you no longer possess that have expired. Open the drawer or file cabinet that contains your most critical documents. I promise you'll find service contracts for automobiles you haven't owned in 10 years, manuals for devices that have long since perished, and warranties for appliances you replaced years ago. Why do we hold on to these? Because we never consider cleaning out our files, even though they once felt crucial. The only use for that dishwasher warranty that you replaced 5 years ago is to generate paper clutter. Examine your files in a methodical manner. Shred the documentation if you no longer own the item. Item 19. Extra towels and linens. Be honest about what you see when you open your linen closet. Without doing any laundry, do you have enough sheets to change everyone's bed 3 times? Are there more bath towels in your collection than you could ever use in a month? This useful guideline will transform your life. Each bed has 2 sets of linens. A maximum of 4 bath towels per person, as well as only the blankets you really utilize. Everything else merely makes your linen closet a frustrating place where you can't find what you need and nothing fits right. Instead of sitting in your closet getting musty, those extra linens could be being used by someone else right now. 20th item. Piles of vintage magazines, newspapers, and greeting cards. That 1995 birthday card that once brought you joy. You're no longer enjoying it. It's making you anxious about clutter every time you see that pile growing. You saved those newspapers because they had intriguing content you wanted to read again. When are you going to read them? Those magazines that accumulate because you may want to refer to an article or recipe, but never do. If you have to, keep a select few cards that have real importance, but discard the others mercilessly. Your counter and dining room table will appreciate it. Item number 21. Anything that you have on hand for emergencies. Since it might be anything in your house, this is the most difficult category. You maintain that spare mixer in case your primary one breaks, but you never use it. Those plastic containers you have on hand in case you need storage, but never use. You save those tools in case you need them, but you never use them again after borrowing them. The sporadic kitchen appliances. The additional office materials. The backup copies of your existing items. Fear, not wisdom, is speaking if you haven't utilized anything in 2 years and are unable to think of a clear future need for it. You're allowing anxiety to take over your life rather than planning for the future. Let me explain what occurs if you get rid of these 21 things. 3 weeks after completing this checklist, Dorothy phoned me, and even before she told me what had transpired, I could tell the difference in her voice. She claimed to have more energy, a lighter home, and a clearer mind. It had been years since she felt. Every time she looked around her home, she no longer felt overpowered. Because they made her anxious, she stopped avoiding particular rooms. Most significantly, she no longer felt bad about her house. That is when intentional decluttering truly shines. The things themselves are important, but so is the way they make you feel. This is your challenge, and I want you to take it on immediately. Don't attempt to complete all 21 tasks today. You will give up before you even begin because that is too much to handle. Choose 3 things from this list instead. 1 each from the energy vampires, the liberation list, and the safety category. Give yourself 48 hours, not 3 weeks or whenever you feel like it, to take care of only those 3 things. 48 hours. After finishing just 3 things, you'll be astonished at how driven and successful you feel. Momentum builds on momentum, and success builds on success. Remember Helen from item number 19. She cried happy tears, not sad ones, but tears of relief and joy because of the extra linens. When she lived alone, she discovered that she had been keeping linens for a family of 12. She owned sets of bed linens for beds that were no longer in her house. She might have supplied a small hotel with her bath towels. She retained only what she truly needed and gave 6 enormous bags to a homeless shelter. She now claims that because everything fits perfectly, and she can quickly find what she wants, entering her linen closet makes her smile rather than feel stressed. Next week, I'll disclose the one space that, with the right decluttering, transforms everything. The room isn't what you believe it is. The bedroom is not the place. The living room isn't it. It's not the kitchen either. Getting this area perfect makes everything else in your house easier because it affects every other room. To ensure you don't miss it, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications enabled. I would also like you to pause this video at this moment and leave a remark below. Which of these 21 things caught you off guard the most? Have you located the old cleaning supplies in item number 17 in your house? What was their age? Because your tales motivate me and let other viewers know they're not traveling this path alone. I read every single remark. You're not only decluttering, remember. You're taking back your joy, your independence, and your peace of mind. You're making the decision to live a purposeful life rather than an accident. You're making the decision that your happiness and comfort are more important than clinging to things that no longer benefit you. This has nothing to do with being trendy or minimalist. Creating a home that supports the life you wish to lead at this point in your life is the goal. I'm here to support you every step of the way, and you can do this. Within the next 48 hours, begin implementing those 3 elements and observe how they change not only your space, but your summer as a whole. Next week, I'll be back with another surprising decluttering tip that will change your life. In the meantime, do something. Treat yourself with kindness, and keep in mind that even a tiny step forward is progress.